guys, so today I have for you the biggest book haul that I will probably ever do on this channel. I recently interned at a publishing company, and because of that they were getting rid of a lot of books, and suddenly I found myself in possession of those books. And when I say a lot of books, I mean a lot of books. I don't know what to do with them all. Please send help. So because I've got so many books to show you guys, I'm not really going to get into what they're about or anything. I'm just going to show them to you. Some of them I may say something about, but for the most part I'm just going to get through them all. I'd also love in the comments below if you've read any of these books what you thought of them, so I know which ones I should read first and whatnot. So without further ado, let's get into this gigantic book haul. First we have Blindsided by Natalie Whipple. I believe this is about a girl who is invisible. Then I have Shiver the Whole Night Through by Daragha Machanis. Are you ready for the bad pronunciation, guys? Because it's about to come at you at full force. It says a small Irish town, an uncontrollable passion, a message from the dead. Finding Jennifer Jones by Anne Cassidy. A life on the run, a past full of guilt. Now Jennifer Jones wants her life back. Awe of Mercury by Ellen Denny. This is quite a thick book, guys. Says Mo is a prisoner of the spiral, a Cyberman, circular death row. The world above him is in chaos and it's all his fault. But each escape circles him closer to the awful truth. At the centre of everything, there is always a twist. The Head of the Saint by Scorio Acolio seems to be about a saint who can hear prayers and helps people. Run by Greg Olson. Riley has got used to a life on the move, always looking over her shoulder, never making friends and keeping family secrets. Belle Epilogue by Elizabeth Ross, which I just hit myself in the head with. Thanks, book. I also quite like this cover. It's a nice cover. Apparently it's about a girl who runs away to Paris and she's desperate for money because her life savings go really quickly. Under My Skin by James Dawson. I've read a couple of other James Dawson's books and I've really enjoyed them. I've also just noticed that this book has pink edges and I really like this cover, so I like this book. Let's see what it's about. Apparently it's about a girl named Sally who walks into a tattoo parlor where her life changes. Somebody offers her all her heart's desires, but at what price will she have to pay? Quietness by Alison Rattle. London 1870. Queenie longs to leave the squalid slums in which she has grown up. Life is a struggle with 7 squeezed into one room. Tall Tales from Pitch End by Nigel MacDonald. I also really enjoyed this cover. I think this one's really pretty. It seems to be a mystery adventure novel, and it also says it's got steampunk involved in it, so this one sounds really interesting. Breakdown by Sarah Moosey. It's 2084 and society has been brought to its knees by a lack of power, food and government, and of humanity. Anything That Isn't This by Crispa Steenley. I also really enjoy this cover. It looks really different and unique. I really like covers that like stand out, and this seems to be a cover that really stands out. So some people don't want you to read this book because some people would rather not see a good story be told. Frank Pope knows this. He's lived in a boring city full of boring people all his life and hates it. Where still everyone seems to enjoy this mediocrity. So when Frank finds a flash of colour amongst all the stifling grey, he snatches it with both hands. Wow. This actually sounds really good. The Elites by Natasha Nijin. This looks like a fairy book just from the cover, but I don't think it is a fairy book. It says hundreds of years into the future, only one city has survived, Neo-Babel, a melting pot of cultures and peoples and fear of discrimination. As a red and ethnic Chinese, Silver could never have dreamed of becoming an elite, a guard of the city's council, yet she is now on the brink of her first major covert assignment. That Burning Summer by Lydia Sensen. I believe this follows the war. It looks really interesting though. The Society of 13 by Gareth P. Jones. Apparently this follows orphans as they run errands for the Society of 13 where they find themselves on many adventures. The Wonderful Habits of Rabbits by Douglas Florane and illustrated by Sonia Skunsky. Pronunciation is not strong in this video. This is a children's storybook. I have a review coming of this later. You know I love rabbits, so there's that. Sophie Someone by Hayley Long. Sophie's world is turned upside down when she starts to realise that maybe not everything is it seems of what she's been taught about her world. She's also made up her own language of how she deals with things. For example, people are called pigeons to her. I've read this book, I enjoyed it, but I think it was a little bit on the younger side, so I think I will be getting rid of it. The Worry of Magic by Dawn McCliff. This follows a girl who worries about everything from her parents fighting to her grandma being ill. And then one day after a fight between her parents, she collapses, and when she wakes up everything seems fine. She believes that it's her worry magic that fixes everything. But is that really the case? Again, like Sophie Someone, I have read this book, but again I believe it was a little bit on the younger side, and I believe I'll be giving this one away. Then I believe I have the first 3 books in the Deaf Co series, Deaf & Co, The Mortal Knife, and Deaf & Co. Fault Lines, all by DJ McCoy. The first book says that Adam Munstron is a Lumen, one of an elite band of spirit guides who's travelled to the hinterland to guide dead souls into the afterlife. And though Adam just wants to be a normal teenager, one who dates girls like Melissa, hangs out with his mates and avoids his homework, his role as a Lumen is strictly non-negotiable. But as a hidden and dangerous power grows within him, Adam must make a terrible choice to stand by and watch his life as lost, or to disobey the rules of death and risk everything. This series sounds really interesting and I'm excited to get into it. Then I have Vivian vs. Apocalypse, which I can't say that, by the way. I'm sorry. I tried. And Vivian vs. America, both by Katie Goyle. Vivian never believed in the Church of America, but then one day the rapture happens and everybody disappears. However, there are still some people left behind on Earth, and Vivian is one of these people. Together with some of her friends, they go on a road trip to try and discover what happens and to try and find their families. The Tiffin by Madhab Mashio. At this point, guys, I'm just gonna keep going through them all and not even say what they're about anymore because there's so many books still to get through. Liberty's 5 by Lydia Sainson. Tribute and Outcast by Alan Renner. Brightling by Rebecca Lysel. American Savage by Matt Women. The Vincent Boys and the Vincent Brothers by Abby Glimes. Apparently this is you adult. On the back it says parental advisory, explicit content. Secrets of Sapphires and Diamonds of Secret by Layla Rashid. Angel Dust by Sarah Mussey. The Good Girls by Sarah Shepard. The Perfectionist by Sarah Shepard. Useful by Deborah Oswald. Insignia, Vortex and Catalyst, all by S.J. Kincaid. Circus Unseen by Joan Oman. The Yelling Stones by Oscar Jenin. The Door That Led to Nowhere by Sally Corona. The next 3 books I'm super excited about because they're by an author that I've been meaning to try by ages, and that is Maureen Johnson. So I have by her Suit Scarlet, The Key to the Golden Firebird, and The Shadow Cabinet. Faushman by Edward Carey. This one I'm really excited about because it looks really interesting. It reminds me of the whole Tim Burton, but I believe this is the second book in the series. So if anyone knows that and can confirm that for me, that would be great. As Red as Blood and As White as Snow by Celia Suckerman? Oh my gosh, the pronunciation though. The Beautiful and the Cursed and the Lovely and the Lost, both by Paige Morgan. Also The Wondrous and the Wicked by Paige Morgan. The Boy of the Tiger's Heart by Lyndia Cogan. Portal 24 by Meredith Strodel. Terror Kid by Benjamin Sifanina. Being a Girl by Hayley Long. A World Between Us by Lydia Sison. The End of the World as We Know It by Iva Maria Palmer. Goose by Dawn O'Porter. The Memory Keepers by Natasha Negan. Say Her Name by James Dawson, which by the way guys I believe is a Bloody Mary tale, so I'm super excited about this one. Magnet Moon by Sally Gardner. The Blue Lady by Eleanor Hawken. Counting Stars by Keris Station. The next sort of books I will be getting rid of. These first couple of books I'll be giving to my younger brother and sister because they are children's books. We have The Porridge of Knowledge by Archie Kipton. Mary Mary by Joan G. Robinson. Harvey Drew and the Junk Skunks by Gas Lester. Wrestling Trolls by Jim Aldberg. And The Jumble Cat by Archie Kipton. So yeah, I'll be giving these books to my younger brother and sister. And then I have these books here which are some double ups and books that I already had, so I'll be selling these and getting rid of them. So yeah, that was my book haul. As you can see, there was a lot of books and actually none of them I bought. I didn't buy a single book this month, but looking at my bookshelves you would not believe that. My bookshelves are crying. I'm not sure how much of them I will keep. I might just read them once and then give them away. That's generally the philosophy of how I go. Like, unless I really like a book, I tend to get rid of it. You may not believe that though because I've got a lot of books behind me, but that's because I generally like all the books I buy. That's why I buy them. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if you've read any of them, which ones I should read first because there's a lot here. Kind of overwhelmed a little bit, guys. Just a little bit. Like this video if you liked it. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever hauled this many books in a month because I certainly haven't before. This is a you for me. And subscribe if you'd like to see more book related videos from me, and I will see you guys next time. Okay, bye! So now I have to figure out how I'm going to do this thumbnail, and honestly I have no idea. Maybe if I have them all next to me, so like I pile some up. You're like, Beck, where are you going for this? But I have an idea, because realistically guys, like I normally try and hold them all, but there is physically no way anybody could hold all of these books. It's just kind of impossible. This is from the floor so far. I think I'm getting there. Is this cheating? Probably. Do I care? No, because I don't want to break my arms. Are these books gonna stay? Probably not. Don't fall pile. Alright, and then I'll just try and pick up this pile. That's reasonable. I don't want to see any comments being like, Becky didn't pick up all these books, because realistically that would be actually impossible. Jeez, this is a pile heavy enough anyway. Can you see all the books? No! I just had it just for a second! happened? I wasn't even holding them. That is foul. I think I've made it a little bit more sturdier. It's still rocking back and forth, but it's okay. Now I need to pick up this pile. Okay, you can't see all these books, but it's actually impossible for me to show you all these books. But here we go. This is the best you're gonna get. Help! Help, they're falling. This is my smile of distress. Save me. Books are just slowly falling out as I try and do this thumbnail. This is the aftermath. Look at all these books that fell on me. There are books everywhere. And then we've still got this pile. This pile's going strong. Oh my gosh. Does someone want to help come and clean all these books up? Because that'd be appreciated.